All right, and then we're back. We're starting on to round number 2. We've got Artifacts versus Potatoes Elite. We are going to make this the most interesting cast you guys have ever seen. And to start off, we got Artifacts on Colonists, which is, I think, a great place for them to be starting off at. They're a strong team. I want to see how they approach this A site here. How do you think they're going to do early on, Seismic?
It all depends on that initial gunning. We know Artifact can shoot back, and they can shoot back well. It's going to be on Potatoes Elite to beat them in the positioning and put Artifact in the bad gunfights to win. I think Artifact are going to swing, and they're going to swing hard. To be honest, this is Potato Elite's game to lose.
A lot of amazing nades. Billy gets taken out by Devo, and Nick just running out on the site gets taken out by Oblivion. They're not... So far, Potatoes has not taken this site together. Once again, Zemek getting picked off by Hoggins. Chuckimus Prime getting taken out, possibly by Oblivion. Or he's got 3 lines of sight on him. It's really hard to say who's going to shoot him here. Finally, Coco and Pops is with Chuckimus Prime here. More nades coming out. Coco gets Skyla. Coco gets Oblivion. Oh, and Devo gets Coco. Chuck gets Devo. Vision takes out Chuck, and that first round goes to Artifacts. One thing that I noticed is Potatoes were not moving in together. One after another went in on that site, and they were getting picked off, which is the first thing that starts losing those Rayab rounds. You got to retake those sites as one. If you go in one at a time, you're going to have 4 lines of sight on that entry point. Hopefully Potato Elites will recognize that and hopefully fix those mistakes possibly these next round. Once again, it's all about who makes the first mistake and who makes the most, and that's how you lose and how you win.
Also worth noting, that was a close round. Like, you had the 2 players left alive for Artifacts, only combined for less than a health bar.
Whoa! What a nade from Nick. Multiple utility coming out on A's site. I think Billy has been flashed. Probably awake by now, which he is. Skyla takes out, or gets taken out by Billy. Vision takes out Billy. So now Nick is going to be watching from the bridge. Everyone's coming back to A site. It's a 2v3. Devo's on site. Takes out Chuck. Coco there for the refrag. Is not quite able to find it yet. Vision takes out Nick. Now it's a 2v1. Tides have turned. Vision's going for Coco. I think Devo's going to help out, which she does, and Coco goes down. Another round win for Artifacts. These are some quick rounds. 2-0 so far. We already got first 2 rounds done, probably in less than a minute.
Back in our last game, it would have been still Potatoes Elite, it still would have been the other teams pushing in slowly.
Yeah, exactly.
But still had the first engagements coming through. Man, yeah. They're doing their work, and they're doing their work quickly. Another A push starting out for Artifact.
Coco Pops apparently does not have a weapon, as it does not show in their inventory. I think it's just because they're not holding anything right now. But Oblivion going to be tossing some nades out here, adding a little bit of distraction. Still only Billy and Nick going to be on the A side. Another slow crawl lurk from Skyla and Vision onto site. Hoggins going to be holding up through the middle kegs. Going to kind of maybe see if they can take that mid control. More nades coming out. Just a little bit far.
And a bit of the mind game's coming out for Artifact, although Potatoes Elite's not buying it. They're going to have a lot of activity on B and mid, but there's still 2 players of Artifact crouched in the corners of A.
Right.
Just kind of waiting it out, and that's where Bomb is too.
Nick's going to try and get a kill here on Oblivion. Oh, and he just is a little bit far. Doesn't do enough damage there to be significant. And a big push coming out. Oblivion takes off Nick for the refrag after Hoggins. Down goes Billy, and now A site's completely open. They're going to be taking that A site. They might start scanning there. Zemek is going to start rotating pretty early. Going to go for some picks. Gets taken out by Devo. So now it's all up to Chuck and Coco. Once again, Coco with a pistol. I think Coco did lose their gun pretty early. Interesting.
2v4 required.
They are taking this together.
Stop to the Artifact rain. That's going to be Chuck swinging on the Skyla.
Good flashes. Vision takes out Chuck. Coco got a pistol kill on Devo, but Skyla with the refrag takes out Coco. 3 rounds complete for Artifacts here on a Colonist. Now, where did Coco's gun go in the beginning? Because Coco had a pistol from the start.
That was off rip, too. I have no idea.
I wonder if there was like
significant damper on the push.
Yeah,
Maybe drops over the side of the railing on escalator. Who knows?
yeah, maybe. Might have been an accident there, but looks like we got a bit of a change-up going up here. We got a full push, 4 players going up through B skate area with utility. A weird nade didn't quite land anywhere. They're going to toss nade in grass. Zemek's going to push up, gets taken out by Oblivion. And we've got 2 people hiding back of sight. Chuck's going to go for some picks here, but gets smoked off. Nick finds Hoggins with the nade. 3 pushing on a B site. Chuck gets 1. Gets taken out by Devo. Billy's still alive and back of sight. Oblivion's going to hunt him down, though. And Devo gets Billy. So now they've got sight control here, but a quick retake's coming in from Potatoes Elite. Oh, and Oblivion takes out Nick.
Is not the way to do it, and that's going to be a 1v1. Coco and Oblivion on site. Bomb down, 38 seconds remaining. Coco has to find the skill in the defuse to ring around the Rosie. How long can Oblivion keep this up, making that time tick longer and longer and longer?
30 seconds, and Coco with the clutch. Well done, getting their first point right there.
We're going to see a 1-3 for Potatoes Elite.
Well done. Now, yeah, that was a pretty bad nade from Coco. Luckily, it didn't hit him and it hit Nick, so there was no team damage there. But that would have been bad. Now, if Coco team killed himself, I don't think they would have had that round there.
Round starting.
I actually agree with you there. Yeah, that would have been really, really unlucky and unfortunate. But worked out in the favor of Potatoes Elite. This 1-3 for still Artifact's advantage.
Yeah.
You're going to see that A push starting to come through.
Yeah, I think Billy and Chuck had a great B hold there that last round. They kind of played it back, let them try to get on site, and then started to execute, get some picks here and there afterwards. A lot of nades coming out in the middle center area. Not quite finding anyone or dealing any damage either. An A lurk as well with Scanner. Nick holding off at the stairs. Zemek holding off at CTB, as I like to call it, around near the little pond. And Hoggins, as well as Oblivion, just holding off in the mid. Ooh, and a nade almost finding Oblivion, just a little bit long, though. Hoggins is going to move up bridge. I don't think anyone's going to see Nick. Someone's going to see Zemek rotate, though. Nick goes down. Down goes Coco. Down goes Zemek with the trade-in on Devo. So now it's a 2v4. Chuckamus Prime versus Billy Boy. Going to try to retake this site together, moving up through CTA. Vision finds Billy Boy. And now Chuckamus Prime is up on site, coming in from the back. And Skylo with a nice swing headshot onto Chuck with the Vector. Another round win.
That AK in the hand of Vision is deadly.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised. That might be the first AK we've seen so far.
Certainly the most consistent one.
Playoffs and playoff group 4.
I agree, or at least definitely that we've seen.
Right.
That Vector's definitely made its appearance. The APC has definitely made their appearances. If you look at the spread, it's actually really, really similar to what we've seen earlier. Defense has 4 SMGs and 1 AR. Attack has 4 ARs and 1 SMG, but the AK is introducing that AR mix.
Right.
And again, the slow lurk B this time.
One other thing I noticed, though, is Devo has 10 kills, and it's only been 5 rounds. That's insane. I wouldn't be surprised if Devo gets up to 20 kills, if not 30 by the end of this match here.
I mean, with the pacing minimum 10 rounds, he's definitely hitting a 20 bomb.
Right.
Undoubtedly.
He may only get to 30 if they somehow start to make a comeback from Potatoes Elite up to like a 10-10 kind of scenario here. You know, giving him all the opportunity to get more kills. And that push is going to come through.
Vision's all the way in Potato Elite spawn, and he is pulling all the players over, but instead of Artifact making use of the empty site, they're just going to swing in and help out. Vision's like, yo, I got the positioning. Skylar's like, right. I agree. Pushes in, kills Zamek.
Oh!
Vision yet another.
Chuckamus Prime now on the flank here from Bridge. Gets Oblivion with Nick, but Devo gets Chuck, and he gets Nick as well. That's a nice, quick little play there from Devo. Now he's at 12. He's making his way up to that 20 bomb pretty early.
Certainly on pace, isn't he?
Yeah, give him about 4 more rounds, and he'd already be there on 20.
Get ready.
And as we'd kind of predicted earlier, Artifact are definitely the team to beat. Potatoes Elite are the underdogs. Most certainly not counting them out. They've already gotten a round win, and it's only been 6 rounds. Or going into round 7, they have a win. So it is possible. Artifact does bleed, but Artifact really flexing their strength that we had kind of suspected early on.
Yeah, for sure. I'm curious to see how they might take this B site. What they did early on is they kind of lurked B, started making noise, and then rotated through mid to A once Vision had cleared A site. Although a lot of the team was also rotating from B to A at the same time, so it caused a little bit of a knuffle, as you would say. Hoggins does find Zemek in the mid area. Nick's going to be quick to try and get some picks. Oh, and a good nade on a Nick. He's extremely low with 10 health. Going to try to rotate, save some of his health there, and just kind of make some call-outs now at this point. We do have a B execute, though, too.
Site, yeah.
They've started the scan. Chuckibus Prime going to start rotating, gets taken out by Oblivion. So now it's a 3v5 right now. Hoggins being the only one under 100 health here at the moment.
Vision set up very, very well to receive the mid-cross. Doesn't see Coco. Might see Billy or Nick here. Sees Nick, but Vision's gonna get cut down by Nick there. But his team's gonna win on site, and Hoggins with the trade. It's gonna be round 6 for Artifact.
This is quite the sweep for Artifacts at the moment, and at the same time, it's 6 points on Colonist side. This is what people would say is the more challenging side to actually get points on, and they are doing a great job at it. So once we swap to Rayab, I'm curious to see if they keep that momentum and just keep sweeping Potatoes Elite at the moment.
Potatoes Elite need to show some strong life. There are moments, but they always seem to be on the back foot, not really having the positional advantage that they really need or want. And it's going to be a very fast push on A.
Look at all that utility.
The only one to receive. Nick kind of smoked off from this. Billy alone to 1v5 on site.
Billy
gets
down
Skyla, but it was very well known.
Oblivion finds Billy.
Hoggins to Zamek, Oblivion to Billy.
All right, it's a 3v3 here. A site is practically under Colonist control, but as I say that, they are starting to retake it. Chuckibus Prime almost at site now itself. Nick back of A site near the entrance. Oblivion gets taken out by Chuckibus Prime. Devo holding over at the Obelisk, and Vision up in A long at the moment too. They're kind of waiting for picks at this moment. They're not going to try to play too aggressive. They have a minute remaining, which is a lot of time. One thing that you didn't see on our last match that we casted, we didn't have as much time just because there was a lot more slower site takes. But with these fast site takes from Artifacts, if a mistake happens, if they are in the disadvantage, they give themselves a full minute to try to regroup and figure out what they want to do. I think they're trying to maybe fake out one person to B, which right now Coco is over there. I don't think they've spotted out that scanner is down on site. Otherwise, they would have all 3 players over there.
And that rotation would have come through probably from Artifact, but now they're stuck in this back site. That is a trade. All on Vision in the AK. 1v2, he has scanner now, but only 17 seconds. He doesn't have a lot of room to work. Nick kind of just waiting on the audio cue. Swinging in on Vision. Vision says, no, the AK.
9 seconds.
Started.
Coco left in a 1v1 post plant. APC versus Vision's AK. Both at solid amount of health, although Vision's a little dinged up. But Coco going on the wide swing. Gonna find Vision.
Coco gets him.
And that'll be round 2 for Potatoes Elite. 6-2 in favor of Artifact.
Well done.
That was a very methodical breakdown of the site, I have to say.
Yeah, it was a great site take.
Artifact scanner going down was definitely their detriment. They didn't really have much room to work. If Potatoes Elite can continue to get those number advantages in the gunfights, that could spell a pretty solid round for them.
Yep. Devo with 14 and 5 right now. Well done. Whew. Impressive. We got a 5-man push up through B skate area. I want to see a bunch of smoke and a bunch of nades here. Good nades. Wow, almost a close nade on a Chuck there. Barely missing. Some smoke, some flashes, a bad smoke onto the waves though. More flash coming out. Chuck gets taken out. Or Chuck finds Devo, the big heavy fragger. Hoggins on site sending it.
Scan started.
Coco on site takes out Skyla. Takes out Oblivion.
So deal with Vision still though. Vision able to get it.
Coco, yeah. And it's a 1v3. And down goes Vision. And just
yet
like
again,
that.
Post plant numbers advantage. Coco or Potatoes Elite able to manage.
It's possible to see a 6-4 here at the half.
Round loss.
And yet again, we see another 6-4 half.
Yeah, it's possible. Or a 7-3.
Potentially. Potentially.
Potentially.
Round starting.
But we're going to see that traditional 2-3 split. Artifact taking a B. But
Yep.
let's see how
They've got
Paisley
a
does their
B
setup
lurk
defense.
this time. Hoggins
Coco Pop
pushing up
kinda
through the
popping
mid.
off
Might
those
get naded. Oh, and he gets a nade on the
teammates.
Zemek. What a nade. We're going to instant replay that one real quick. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, and
We
he
got
almost
the- we
gets
got the
another
duels.
nade
It's
kill on the
beautiful.
Nick, too.
And that slow lurk out the side of Artifacts now speeding up rapidly as Utility's going to come out on that backside of B. Excepting Skyland nades himself on the archway. Nades going out are only good if they actually go out. Coco Pop's alone on site is the top frag for Potatoes Elite, but is required to do a lot. He to stay alive. Gets one, gets two, but that second is a trade. It's going to be numbers advantage for Potatoes, but that is bombed down. And although we've consistently seen them win every numbers advantage bomb down, so let's see if they can do it again. 30 seconds remaining. Although Nick's able to get, or Nick's cut down by Hoggins. Hoggins looking to cut down Nick. That lone fight mid. That's 2 1v1 separately on the map. Skyla and Chuck him his prime, and Nick and Hoggins. Skyla wins his. All under the 1v2 out of Nick. Nick looking for a Hoggins. Doesn't really have solid info. Has to do with Skyla though. 13 seconds
1v2.
remaining. It's looking like a 7-3.
Oh, and he gets taken out by Skyla.
We're switching sides.
And that is a 7-3 from Artifacts. We're going to do a side
Artifacts.
swap here. I didn't forget this time. Don't worry.
There we go. We're improving.
Yeah.
And only 5 remaining for Duevo to get his 20 bomb. I'm probably saying that wrong.
Devo.
Yeah, at least it's not Deuces Volt. Like, that's how I mispronounced it to start. So that's definitely an improvement on my pronunciation.
Pretty sure it's Devo.
But
I've said Devo probably 100 times on other casts before. It
So
hasn't corrected me,
check and
so if I'm
correct it.
wrong, it's his fault.
that's fair. Anyway, we're going to see a 2-1-2 split out of Artifacts and that super slow play on B. All 5 players there waiting out nades that aren't coming. And they're going to
Yeah.
start sending out their own.
Now,
And now the nades are coming in. Zamek tagged up massively. And if you notice, Potatoes Elite now has their 5th player rejoining into the lobby. Nades coming out on the Oblivion and the Hoggins, but they're still at that player disadvantage.
Wow,
Shots
look at
coming
that
out. Hoggins
push.
able to take one. Hoggins getting taken down, but Duevo getting Coco. Oblivion getting Zamek. Nick
Wow,
gets
and
taken
another
down by
round.
Oblivion.
I loved
Clean
that
double.
defense setup. We had 2 on B, 1 on A, and then 2 in the mid, and they were there for early rotates to take that site control back
Round starting.
early on instead of
ready.
later once it's already been scanned. Interesting to see how this, how Potatoes Elite might be able to make a comeback here. It's going to be extremely difficult, though, at the same time, as it's an 8-3 score right now. We got 2 players from Artifacts going to be holding down B site itself. Oblivion pushing up mid. He almost getting the nade onto Billy.
And Zamek has bomb in hand. He's the most pushed up in the skate park.
Yeah.
He's got to be real careful that he does not go down in this position, although
He
nades
needs
are
his
really trying to
teammates.
make it happen. Zamek
And
shots out
here
to
comes
Oblivion.
the push onto B site. Some flashes coming out. Devo gets Chuck, gets Zemek.
Good for 2.
2 left at the cave. He gets Coco. He gets Nick.
And
Wow.
that's a 20 bomb as well. And Billy
What
is the
a
only thing stopping him from getting an
1v4.
ace, but Oblivion and Hoggins are gonna seem to look to take it.
All up to Billy Boy, and he's only got about 5 health remaining.
They're trying to give Devo the ace. Look at that. Devo, go!
Oh no! And he gets taken out. 9-3.
Trying to serve it up to Devo, but not gonna get
Wow.
it. It will be 9-3 for Artifact, though.
20-8,
Team play.
Devo. Look at that.
Round
Well
starting.
done.
There's a 20 bomb.
What a play there. I loved that flashbang. It did a lot of work there on his team. Or on the enemy team there.
Agreed. And I mean, we can see the defense working, so Artifact's like, yeah, let's do it again. Why not? Put
Exactly.
that Vision and Devo on A, Oblivion in mid, Hoggins Skyla, or no, vice versa. Hoggins Skyla in A, and just let it happen. Although it's going to be a change-up for Potatoes Elite. Really, really fast push coming into A. Hoggins or Oblivion's coming over to help Hoggins out, and Zamek is now going to have mid to himself. Zamek could potentially swing in here on the back of these two.
Oh! A lot of shots coming out here. Devo getting another 2. Now it's a 3v1.
All that remains is Coco Pop at a very slim health bar. Crouch walking and praying is all that he really has here. Shots raining out on the vision, but not really getting much. Devo, worth noting, he got 2 this round, looking for 25 now.
Woo! Gets another.
Gets another one. Coming 4 off the last round, 3 off of this one.
10-3.
2 needed for the 25.
This is a quick map here. One more round win for Artifacts, and then move on to map 2 with a pretty good sweep, I would say.
Pretty convincingly, yeah. You have Devo being the top frag in the lobby by a significant amount as well. Having a player like that that's all gas, not slowing down, is super helpful. Worth noting, though, his teammates are doing well as too. 10-7, 9-5, 11-8. Like, everyone's definitely pulling their weight and doing what they need to, but Devo potentially going to get his 25 as everyone's starting to push his site. Smoke's coming out, nades coming out. Coco Pops has scanner, and Zamek is the lone man to hold down this midline.
Nades coming out. Mike and Oblivion. Oh, and it banks off of the overhead highway. And Smoke's coming out on site. Nade from Devo onto Chuck. Vision gets Coco, and he gets Nick. Wow.
One needed for Devo's 25.
Stuck in everything.
Billy Boy's going to get Hoggins. It's on Vision to Zamek. Vision does get Zamek, and it's all on the Billy here.
Kill. There it is.
And that'll be the game. Vision
11-3.
ending 13-5 himself. 24-8 for Devo.
Oh my gosh.
I think the recipe is Potatoes Elite need to shut down these high kills. Don't feed kills. You got to push together and make sure you're looking at the same spot. You got to not feed them kills. Go one at a time. Play the info that the previous player gets and just play off of what that is.
Yeah.
Vision's AK is deadly.
All right.
All that's really to be said there. Brilliant map. Out of Artifact.
Cartel beat DEF CON on map 1, it looks like. I did not see that coming. We're going to go ahead and
so we're going to get right in.
Hop into the next lobby, yeah.
At this pace, I have to predict a second Artifact sweep. I don't see Potatoes Elite necessarily slowing them down. Devo is on it today. It's going to be really, really hard to shut that down. Granted, there's less chances for momentum kills on Mar because it's such a large map. But regardless, still, you're going to have to find a way to handle him when you do see him. It's less likely to get 2 or 3 in a single sweep, but you got to figure something out here.
Yep, I agree.
And we were seeing them, the 3 ones that they won, they had man advantage and bomb was down and they had control. Putting Artifact on the back foot and making sure you kill enough of them off rip to give you advantage is the recipe for Artifact's defeat. But being able to put all the ingredients in place is going to be a little bit of difficulty. Yeah. You're going to have to see a lot of early fights won and not letting the entry players do what they've been doing best. I don't necessarily know if Potatoes Elite's going to be able to pull that off.
So far, Sleepy Juices seem to have swept DR, Distorted Reality, 11-1. And Trobo Cartel, 11-2 against DEF CON. Wow.
And we saw DEF CON doing quite well in our last cast match. That's honestly a surprise to me.
That's a shocker to me, honestly.
Respect to Cobra Cartel, though. They're going to shape up to be a good team if they're doing that strong against DEF CON.
And
might
Cobra
not see as many students as either of us predicted, but
right.
We're going to see some close matches, certainly.
Cobra Cartel wins against DEF CON. They would move on potentially against Sleepy Juice. Based off of the last match that Sleepy Juice won against Distorted Reality. So that means between those two teams, one of those would move on to the finals for the Group 4 today against either Global Chem, Peacekeepers, or I'm going to say Artifacts. I feel like Potatoes Elite may not make it.
I do hate counting teams out, but unless Potatoes Elite changes like how they do their pacing, how they do their site holds and retakes, it's gonna be Artifacts that move on here.
Right.
Potato Elite can move on, but you got to shut down that AK and Vision and just Nuevo in general.
Yeah.
There's only 2 players that really strongly use the AK in playoffs, and Visions is certainly one of them. You got it. It's a brilliant weapon in the game. Should you be able to use it, Visions clearly can.
I hope Potatoes Elite can prove me wrong. I would love to see a Suna map, as well as I like to see them move on. But right now, they are struggling a lot. And the last map, it did not show that they were able to figure out what was happening. Maybe Mar, they might have a better odds. It's a different map in general. It's not at all the same like Kidi. And they might be a strong Mar team. So we'll see how they do. You know, I guess we shouldn't count anyone out yet. So we should say that Potatoes Elite are still in this.
They certainly are. I mean, everybody has the same health bar. Everyone can pick the same guns. They're never truly out of it. But based on the strategy involved and kind of how they're playing, something needs to change. But yeah, no, we've always said, like, everyone has the same health bar, everyone has the same gun. It's kind of, it's just how people position themselves and the work you've done with said gun and with said health bar. So we'll see what goes involved. No one's truly out, but
yeah,
I mean, Potatoes need to change something if they want to continue on this tournament.
I agree. It's always fun looking at what these teams are doing in between rounds at the moment.
You missed Coco and Hoggins hugging.
I
they
saw
just ran up to each other in each other's spawn and just gave each other a nice hug.
I saw these teams doing the wave, like an arm, like wavelength here.
The camaraderie is always fun. They're about to do it again. The camaraderie is always great. You love to see this. This is the fun part of the Vail community. Part of what got us all
look at that! They're all holding hands.
One of these teams is going to be knocked out of playoffs by the other one. $35,000 chance ruined by some of these players, and they're all having fun together.
Chuck just wants to join.
Yeah. This is the fun love that we like to see. This is the great Vail community. A game that's competitively grounded, but opens the door to fun stuff like this. You'll love to see. Clip the replay so we can go back to it. But that's always fun to see.
Just shot Chuck. Oh, that's nice. Now this is Vail.
This is fun. Yeah, for real. But in 39 seconds, we're about to see these teams shoot each other to hell.
Oh yeah, this isn't gonna last much longer. I would be shocked to see this actually happen in round. They're gonna be like, Vision, hurry up and run over here.
Oh, they got the wave. They got the wave properly going too.
They do, yeah. It's awesome.
There we go. I think we can officially say first IVRL playoff teams to nail the wave. Say which one, but they've done it.
And to think that they're not even able to talk to each other, and they were somehow still able to communicate that this is what they wanted to do, which is insane.
You love it.
Here comes Vision. Make room. Make room. All right, let's see if they can get this wave up and going again. Get in there, Zemek. Ready? And there they go.
And they're off.
There you go. We loved it. We love to see it right there. I wonder if anyone's going to kill anyone at the last second.
Here we go. Nope.
Get ready.
But they certainly are now.
Oh, yeah.
We see Potatoes Elite starting off on attack here. An Artifact to defend. We've seen how Artifact defend. They tend to do their 2-1-2 split. You handle this, I'll handle this. Kind of like that zone coverage that you see in football.
Yeah.
Or American football for all of our EU players. But you see the zone coverage. So that's typically Artifact's defense style. We each handle our respective territories and kind of move on from that. And we're kind of seeing that again. And like we saw last round, Potatoes Elite, this way, go. We're going to 5-stack. We know we win man advantage most of the time. In this case, they're picking Vision in a 5v1 on site. Hoggins, although
Vision,
able to
already
get over
with
to
the
them
nade
as well
kill.
as Oblivion. Vision finding one, Zamek saying no, trading it out, and Oblivion pushing in with the nades himself.
More nades would be beautiful on this site, but Coco gets Hawkins. Oblivion gets Zemek. Oblivion with more kills. Does he get another? Oh, and Devo takes the kill from him. But first round goes to Artifact.
3 to start.
Yeah, that was a good start right there from Oblivion. We had a nade kill and 2 pistol kills there. I believe Vision had a nade kill, and then Devo had another pistol kill to clean up the aftermath.
And 2 kills did go in on the side of Potatoes Elite, but definitely wasn't enough. They're gonna have to work on their entries. Stacking in makes you susceptible to trade nades. If I nade one player and it finds another, that's still the kill. That's still me going positive in my defense. Gotta be really well aware of how that operates. But you're gonna see Billy Boy and Zamek on the scaffolding and
Billy Boy's
Hoggins
butt
to
sticking
deny.
out. I have a feeling that Hoggins is gonna have good etiquette and not shoot his butt sticking out there, and just make the call out that there is one person there, I believe. I could be wrong. He could easily just say, "Nah, screw it, I'm gonna shoot him." But I think Hoggins is more etiquette than
Also, that's a potential DQ, so I sure hope not. As posted by the IBRL people, exploiting is still not a competitive strategy, as tends to be in most games.
Oh, I thought.
But we're gonna see this
I could be
pacing.
wrong, but I thought that you could shoot through players sticking
You
out
can
of
wall
walls.
bang, but not. Oh, I might be wrong on that. I thought there was some announcement.
It
But we're gonna
is
see a
something
4v4 and bomb down.
that the refs would know, but I was pretty sure that
Yeah,
it is against
agreed.
the rules to clip through walls on purpose, but it's not against the rules
gotcha.
to shoot people that are clipping through walls. I'm not
Anyway,
100%
I like the
sure.
integrity.
Oblivion
Like the
does.
integrity. Hoggins
pick
still gets
off
the kill
everyone
regardless.
On site, and
On the
one
one,
person
yeah.
left, Billy, not going to be there to stop the scan or interrupt.
Eventually
scan.
falling to Hoggins, yeah.
And that's two. Now we
2-0
are
start for the side of Artifacts.
right. We're only casters. We're no refs
Oh,
or
yeah,
league
truly,
moderators. So we don't know the rules by memory, and you should never take our advice on what the rules are. We could be completely wrong. Just take our opinion on rules with a grain of salt, I would say.
Yes. We definitely don't make the rules. The moderators have their job, and they do it very, very well. Definitely listen to everything they say, and not us at all. But we're going to see this 4-push onto A. Billy Boy holding that catwalk, and nade rolls suspiciously close to him, thrown by Oblivion.
And
Hoggins
a good
also
old
aware of his
flash,
position.
not quite enough. Oblivion not going to follow up on it either. Ooh, and it looks like we
Very
got maybe
slow play.
Hoggins watching Billy Boy there too as well. But Chuck is going to come up through the stacks here outside of double doors on A site. Misses Hoggins. Billy Boy
Hoggins
gets vision.
not a health
Hoggins
bar
gets
to his
Chuck.
name.
And down goes Hoggins from Coco. And now it's a 1v4 all up to Skyla.
Here's that main advantage we were kind of talking about, this where they reign supreme. They can get the number advantage. They tend to get the round point as well. It's going to be on Skyla. 1v4 post-plant, 30 seconds remaining. Smoked out, but
through
Zamek
the
going to get a kill
smoke.
just as that smoke pops.
1-2.
1-2. Still a fight.
Still
like
a
I said,
fight
never
indeed,
over
yep.
till it's over, but we got to see some strong stuff out of Potatoes Elite like we did that last round.
Starting.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Getting a 4-1 advantage is really, really solid. Hopefully they can do it again. Coco Pops, bomb in hand, everyone going A. Nades coming through. Billy Boy and Oblivion both on scaffolding. Duevo kind of on scaffolding as well. Skyla peeking at the A,
A
push
lot
is
of
kind of
close
red at this
nades
point.
here.
No one finding anything yet, but a lot of info being out by just the sheer amount of utility. Chucking his prime to take bottom. He might find Hoggins there. Billy Boy slow approach on the scaffolding. Chuckamits and Hoggins. Hoggins finds the pick there. That's going to be info out. That, yeah, this is probably an A push. Zamek going to overlook, not going to find anything, but Vision finds 2 in sight. Levo, yet another onto Billy.
Now it's all up to Zamek here with extremely low health. Stubs his toe and he may die. And Hoggins with a nade from down under.
Brilliant. They have a lot of good control. You have to undeniably say that.
Oh, yeah.
Artifact knows how to play that advantage. They might be getting cut down in some really unfortunate spots, but they're holding well.
Right, exactly. I agree. Devo, not the top fragger at the moment. Right now, it's Hoggins. Hoggins gonna go for the nade. Oh, and he just misses Zamek. We have an armory push over here this time. Skylar gonna try to hold it down. Gets Chuck. Hawkins finds Coco. Oblivion finds Zamek. Devo gets Billy off of the cross. Nick is pretty much on site at this point. He passed by Skyla. Devo's going to be the one that might spot it, but Skyla is going to pick up the kill, and now it's 4-1. Once again, like I said, usually these are going through pretty quick, these rounds.
Yeah, they're all very fast acting. Some nade gets thrown, some shot rains out, finds a pick, and that's the catalyst to kind of just start the fly push.
Yeah. Right now, Sleepy Juice are 19-2 against Distorted Reality, so it may be over in just a second here.
Yeah, this bracket's definitely filling itself out rather quickly. Good to see. We're going to have one player on scaffolding ready, 2 other players to join them on the B side. Everyone kind of falling in line. You're going to see almost all 5 players scaffolding.
What an interesting
Although
smoke.
we've seen how this went last time, so hopefully they get positions. Hagen's going to punish one for the cross.
So Mac gonna have Scanner on the catwalk. Oblivion is aware. Actually, Devo rotates and supports Oblivion and gets the kill. Scanner's now down, and it's a 5v2, 4v2, 3v2. Holy crap! Coco Pops and Nick are just picking them off. 2v2 now. What a play! Coco just jumping off.
Opting for the fall damage isn't going to take much at all because of that.
Have to watch out for Skyla behind him. Skyla finds Nick, and Hagens gets Coco, saving the round there, almost losing it. Now it's 5-1. Well done.
That it is.
That was a close one.
Close-ish round, yeah. There's definitely change to sway both ways. Just Artifact kind of relying on that base gun skill to do them well, and it is doing them well. If Batisley can just pick it up slightly, they could get some serious rounds.
Coco's gonna take that catwalk approach again. Tossing ended up being a good smoke, but not probably where he wanted it. Big cat approach here. Zemek and Billy gonna be taking up through Armory side cat. Chuck gets Skyla, and now it's a 5v4. Zemek and Billy just approaching Devo from behind and pick him off. 5v3. Vision on the rotate, though, does get Billy. Will he get Zemek? Just misses him. But Zemek's going to actually contest it and try to get the picks. Oh, but Vision's there and gets Zemek. So now it is down to a 3v3 here. Vision finds Chuck. Oblivion's going to get taken out by Coco. Hagens finds Coco. Scanner's now down. It's down to Nick in a 1v2. Vision is low, though, on health. So it's really a 1 and a 1.5. 1 versus 1.5.
And Hagen's tagged up as well. Nick definitely has his full health, but has to really pull a miracle here. Bomb down in sight and has to breach his way there. Two ways to kind of do it, but Vision and Hagen's hanging out. 38 seconds remaining.
Not enough time for Nick to grab it and rotate, though. So I think Nick's going to probably grab that scanner, attempt to scan, and that's when Hagens and Visions are going to rotate and get the pick as he's scanning. They know there's only one of them. They know he's either going to go for the kills or for the scan, but since Nick does not know where the last 2 are, I don't think he's going to attempt the double kill. I think he's just going to attempt the scan here. 12 seconds remaining. Not much time. Grabs the scanner. This is probably when Vision is going to start to execute here. He's going to toss a nade.
Nade in.
Too far. And Nick,
aware of where their position is, has to get this plan off.
Wow, with literally 1 second.
Hagens and Vision each picking a side and swinging in. Hagens is able to get that kill there, warranting the defuse.
Yep.
The last second plant.
Woo! That was really close. I thought he was going to choke on that scan and lose it there.
I do enjoy that Vail has a skill gap with planting. One of the beauties of VR, you don't just hold E to plant or R to reload. You gotta learn the mechanics.
I feel like the skill gap in Vail is a lot more forgiving when it comes to planting the scanner as much as it is like for Onward. Onward, you could be at that freaking site planning or sending the uplink for probably 35, 40 seconds. You know, just taking forever because you can't figure out how to remember 7 numbers. While with this, it's like, yes, it takes some time. A slight skill gap, not severe, but most people should be able to connect the dots. Literally.
Yeah. The option for air is still amusing though, as the dots could touch each other and reset the entire thing, but it adds a little bit of fun to the situation. Speaking of fun, we're going to see almost a 5v5 on site. Entire 3/4 of the map not being used. Nades and AR is going to warrant a
Zemek
double
already
kill for the side of
scanning.
Potato Elites.
4v3.
Player advantage, bomb down. This is Potato Elites territory. Can they do it?
Devo's been on site this whole time as well.
Round
And
lost.
wow, there goes the round, making it 6-2. Potatoes Elite now having 2 points, starting to get some points on the board once again.
Yep. Bomb down, player advantage. That's all they need to get the round win. It's almost been methodical. If it's bomb down, player advantage, just call it for Potatoes.
Yeah.
But they need to put themselves in that situation. If they can routinely get there, that can be routine wins. And Artifact, in their respect, need to work on bomb being planted and them not having number advantage. We saw DEF CON handling quite well. If that situation happened to them, they should maybe take a little bit of a playbook. But we're going to see this push coming in on A side now.
Down goes Oblivion. Devo gets Zemek. So now it's a 4v4 here. Good nade attempts by Coco. Oh! Almost getting Devo. It was a smoke. Devo gets Billy. Skyla gets Chuck. And now Coco's going to cross that zip line. So it's a 2v4 here. Coco's going to help Nick on the site. They got 2 in data. A trade comes out on site. And a nade from Skyla kills Nick on site. We're going to go ahead and replay that one real quick. What a play.
Round starting. Get ready.
That was
Brilliant
a great
work. Good
big
use of
shot
utility,
there as
yeah.
well. Wow.
One thing that is consistently fun to watch in this game is the nades.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love to see it.
Nade City. Oh, man. The Hail Marys,
City,
too.
Ooh. Speaking of, that was almost one on the Zamek, but him and Billy are both going to be able to make it on the catwalk as 3 of their teammates push into A. Hoggins,
Good
beautiful
smoke
nades
on
to
the
a player that's
cat,
not
blocking
there.
Oblivion, but Devo's going to rotate to try to help out the A site take. Because I think they're definitely committing A, as Scanner is above A site right now with Coco, and the rest are kind of floating around the catwalk. We got a long rotate back in their spawn from Skyla. Devo's holding down that zip line. Oblivion finds Coco on site, so Scanner's now down on site. The rest of the team is not there for the refrag. Zemek's gonna drop down, same with Billy, and now Zemek's gonna get picked off by Oblivion, and same with Billy Boy. Hoggins finds Chuck, Devo finds Nick, and there goes the team with a 5 sweep right there. 8-2, flawless. What a first side switch right there.
Yes.
You know, 8 points.
I mean,
Starting.
nothing really to say. That was just beautifully done by Artifact. Kind of let them all fall into their positioning and take them down bit by bit. That was what needed to happen if you're on the side of Artifact.
yeah.
And let's see if they can pull it off this. I'm kind of taking a page out of Potato Elite's book, doing almost a mirror push as what we saw last time.
Right.
4A, one with scaffolding hold, and you're going to see that 2-1-2 split out of the side of Potato's Elite for the defense, meaning a 4v2 on A site. Here we go.
A lot of util. Nick is holding inside of data, making the call out that, hey, they're on site, they're scanning, I need help. I'm getting overwhelmed here. He's gonna try to get a couple of picks and a great nade onto Nick. Oh, taking off. Almost no damage, but headshots to Nick definitely help. Devo gets taken out by a nade, though, from Nick's body as he dropped it. So now it's a 4v2. 25 seconds remaining. Coco having difficulties in spawn. Not sure what's going on. Kind of doing like a Michael Jackson moonwalk, like it's Thriller or something. I don't know. What is Coco doing?
Seems to be some sort of DC or technical issues. Controllers definitely are down, as you can see by those long arms.
I think it might be a
That's gonna
disconnect.
mean-
Oh, his fingers
Yeah,
are twitching.
potentially.
He's alive.
But
9-2.
the hopes of Potato's Elite are getting smaller and smaller by the second. That'll be 9-2 to Artifact.
Yeah.
2 rounds to win them the playoff position forward.
Round
Can they
start.
do it? Guns in hand, no more pistols for the rest of the game.
Wow. Right
Here we
now,
go.
I'm looking at the scores. It's 15-9. Peacekeepers in the lead right now against Globochem. That is a little bit surprising there. Looks like the first round does go to Peacekeepers.
Wow. So one of our teams doing what they needed to do, the other one kind of getting an upset. Zamek gonna get cut down by Hoggins on scaffolding there.
Coco
and
is back as well.
Coco.
Ooh, they missed Nick there. Only doing half damage. Scan has started. Nick
really
goes down
fast
from
scanning
Devo. Billy gets traded with Hoggins. Chuck is down. Skyla's going to go for the kill on Coco. Misses. Coco does frag Skyla, but Coco gets taken out by Devo. And now it's 10-2. Let's take a look at our kill feed here. Hoggins with 15 kills. Devo with 14. Both having 5 deaths. That's impressive right there.
That will be match point as well for Artifact. One map to put them away into the next stage of playoffs.
Yep.
And they're choosing for it to be a B-side. And worth noting, that was an incredibly fast plant out of Artifacts for the previous round. I'm assuming they're going to try and do it again, not letting them rotate. We kind of spoke on how large Mar was and how punishing a misread is. You can't misread if they're just in there so fast already. Hoggins can get one, and that's only on Billy to defend the site.
Exactly. Billy's the only one there. He's going to try to get the picks off of Cat. Now, here comes Chuck and Coco coming in from the flank. Going to try to pick off Vision. Vision gets both of them, though, with a nice double pick. So now it's all up to Nick in a 1v5 to save his team from getting eliminated from the playoffs Group 4 bracket for the Miami Vail tournament. Nick finds Vision. 23 seconds remaining to kill 4 players to stop the scan. 20 seconds now, and it does not look like it's going to be happening. I think this is the end for Potatoes Elite, as he's only got 3 seconds to get on the site, start scanning, or start defusing the scanner, and that is it. It is official. Artifacts are now moving on 11-2 against Potatoes Elite. Nick does get Hoggins on his way out, though, as a goodbye gift.
And we're going to quickly jump into the match that Artifact are going to play the winners of, is the Globochem match. Artifacts are now going to play the winners of Peacekeeper and Globochem, and from what we've seen, it's a hell of a match.
Yep. We're going to pull up the bracket here real quick. So 1-0 Peacekeepers. That's all we're waiting on now is Globochem versus Peacekeepers. So as we wait for the matches for round number 3 to get generated, we're going to go ahead. And I think Peacekeepers and Globochem is currently being casted right now on the Ivory 1 channel. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we should probably pull that up real quick. Because if not, we'll go ahead and hop in there too. If it is being casted, we'll go ahead and just hop into an intermission as well while we wait. And it is being casted there. So we're going to go ahead and hop on to an intermission. And we'll be back in just a few minutes, guys. Thank you.